Hey everyone, welcome back to Hippie Warrior. And today I want to share 6 tricks for starting a new habit. With everything going on in 2020, it's been pretty crazy to try to have some sort of routine in life. And so I found myself in need of something to kind of ground my day in. And so I started a habit of trying to end my work day at a certain time when I was working at home, and I had that was really hard. So over a lot of experimentation and trials, these are the 6 things that really helped me out. If they help you out, give us a like, subscribe, I really appreciate it. First one is commit time every day. Even just 10 minutes, so shoot for 10 minutes a minimum. That'll get you kind of in the habit, and it gives you enough time to really start to dive into something. Of course, longer is better, but we all have crazy lives. And you can even break that up. That could be 5 minutes earlier in the day and 5 minutes at the end of the day. But that starts to get it a pattern by doing it every day. Second one is frame it with routine. And it's really awesome if you can set it to be like the same time every day, or maybe like after you wake up, you go and start it. Or it could be at the end of your work day. I know some people, especially when I was working hourly and my shift was all over, it was very hard to have any sort of routine. So what I would recommend for that is to like really plan ahead, like, okay, Wednesday I get off at 8 p.m., so I'm going to do it at 8:30. Tuesday I work an early shift, so instead I'm going to do it like at 12. But this way you have it in your mind, you know it's coming up. Third tip is going to be fill it with variety. Too often for me, I get bored if I do the same thing over and over again, so I like to have a container of routine, so when or where I do something is kind of the same, but what I do in there depends. Like right now I'm really working on taking time to kind of relax before going to sleep instead of trying to lay in bed all fired up. And so I will go to the same place in my house, sit down, burn a little sage, and whether I do some slow breathing or some sort of just like thinking to myself, I just kind of let that go to whatever I need that day. And that helps me stay from getting bored about it. Fourth thing is to add fun. If it's something you hate, you're never going to do it. It's kind of how it is. Nobody wants to do it. It shouldn't be another job, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So make sure there's some element of fun, something that makes you smile, something that you feel better for afterwards. And let that feeling of fun or feeling better be kind of the judge of whether you continue it or stop it. Mini extra point, I would try to commit to something for about a month. That way you really have some time to sit with it and try it out. And if you feel like crap afterwards, then stop it. Fifth one is seal it with ritual. I like to think the idea of having this be a separate practice from my work, so I make sure I don't do it where I'm doing the work during the day. I'm not doing it next to my computer. Other ways, like maybe if it's like exercise, you listen to some music or you change into workout clothes. Like I said earlier, I burn sage as kind of like the beginning of my ritual, and that helps me separate this time that I've devoted to whatever I'm focusing on away from the rest of the day, and it helps me mentally just kind of clock that other stuff off, become present, and then come into it. And then also seals it, so that way you're not thinking about, well, I should have done this or whatever, but you can go back to all that stuff. Lastly, I'd say life is a marathon, not a sprint. So there's going to be days where you miss it, or you just don't have as much time, or didn't feel as focused. I was working with somebody today on Tai Chi, and they were saying how it just didn't feel like a flow and it felt very stuck. And that's okay. You got to really think about the long game and recognize, it's like the old saying of like when you're climbing up a mountain, you have to stop and look down and see how far you've climbed, or smell the roses is another way. So I hope that helps. Continue moving along with whatever you're working on. Let us know what you're working on in the comments, whether it's something a little bit more hippie, yin, self-care, or if you're trying to start off a workout routine. We'd love to hear about it, and I'd love to offer any help we can. Hope you're having a great day, and we'll see you next time.